What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You're dead meat! Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, an extension of the YouTube channel Dead Meat. I'm James.
I'm Chelsea, and we're a boyfriend and girlfriend, and we like to get scared together. And Lucy's here, too. She's sitting on the table, wondering why we're doing an episode about a stinky old dog.
Hey, yeah. I was going to say she doesn't have anything against dogs, but then I remembered she was a dick to my sister's dog.
Oh, yeah, she
but
was.
Still, I think the onus is on Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby can't control himself. We're doing Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, it's on Zombie Island. I couldn't remember the preposition. We had to look it up right before we started recording because I couldn't remember if it was with or in or at or...
And?
Yeah, and Zombie Island.
Yeah, neither of us watched this growing up.
No.
But a lot of you hold it near and dear to your hearts.
I didn't realize what a thing this was.
It's a big thing.
I think what made me decide to do it is that you pointed out that it's in Trick or Treat for a second, which made me think, okay, there has to be something here. I need to see what I apparently missed out on. So we watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Okay, so here I was thinking about this.
Okay.
Because this is a movie that, I mean, obviously, Scooby-Doo, mostly for kids, fair to say? Yeah. And I think I would have enjoyed it as a kid. I thought it was fine watching it now. I wasn't, like, upset that I was watching it. But, so my dilemma here is whether to treat it critically like a regular movie or a movie for kids.
Oh, I see.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I think most people who love this movie, probably there's some nostalgia involved. But also, I do see comments about how it holds up and how it's like a legit good movie, which it's fine.
Yeah, it's a Scooby-Doo cartoon movie.
Yeah, it's a Scooby-Doo.
It's also a Scooby-Doo. I'm not a huge fan of Scooby-Doo.
I'm not a huge fan, dude.
Although this was a bit better because there actually was some kind of mystery and some kind of story, whereas the original show is so copy paste. It's the same thing, which they make fun of in this, to be fair, because they all split up after realizing that their job is boring because it's always some dude in a mask. But
and the animation in because the original show was what, 60s?
Yeah,
it was one because like
cheap animation,
recycled stuff. And even like the animation here has some cool spots. The transformation, like you you said, a lot of the transformation scenes are very good. But also, I said to you while watching this, I was like, oh, you know what? As a kid, I never really realized the vast difference in quality between the animation in something like this and something like a Disney movie, like the Renaissance era Disney movies. You know, there's like no comparison between the emotion and quality and I don't know, effort, I guess, that was put into those Disney movies. And then you watch this and it's like, yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine.
There were parts of it that I thought looked really nice, a lot of the backgrounds and stuff. And it's funny, when we were watching it, I was joking that some of it, if you took it out of context and it didn't have any of the Scooby-Doo characters in it, it looked like an episode of Pokemon or something.
Yeah, what the shot looking up out of the pit at a pig?
The hog.
Yeah.
Which looks like an evolved Pokemon or something. But this was apparently animated overseas in Japan, so...
It was fine. You know what? I get sick of how much Shaggy and Scooby need to eat.
It's a problem. I was getting very aggravated and very stressed out by it.
Because they clearly have a tapeworm.
they
also,
both
I
have
just did
tapeworms.
Like a ghost thing inadvertently.
Ghost
Because they
pirate.
clearly have a tapeworm.
Yeah.
It's evident. Like they eat nonstop. It's insane. It's their sole motivating thing in everything they do is food. And have they canonically always liked really spicy foods?
I don't know if they've always liked spicy foods.
Because they're all about it.
I think they
here.
just like any food. I was reading about the cast and Kasem. So he voiced Shaggy in the... You didn't know that? Oh, yeah, he voiced Shaggy in the original. Is that when you started laughing because you thought it was completely unrelated?
Yeah.
Casey. No, he voiced Shaggy in the original series.
Zoink, Scoob.
Yeah, I think he's given Matthew Lillard his blessing and everything. Yeah, but Casey Kasem did not reprise Shaggy because they wouldn't make Shaggy a vegetarian, because I guess Casey Kasem became a vegetarian at some point. And another voice actor, well, there's a lot of voice actors you're going to recognize in this, especially if you're knowledgeable about voice actors at all. Frank Welker, who voices everything.
Oh, wait, I don't think you said who voiced Shaggy in this instead of Casey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Billy West is Shaggy.
Yeah. Best known as Fry?
Or Doug.
He was Doug.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does a lot of voices, but those are the two I think of.
Well, I think because Fry is close to his real voice, because I just saw on Reddit the other day, it was like a TIL or whatever, that he apparently used his own voice for Fry so that they couldn't replace him.
Oh my God.
Like instead of doing like a voice.
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the H. John Benjamin move.
Oh, yeah.
You can't replace any parts of
Archer.
Archer, Bob.
Yeah. Bob, yeah. You can't
the can
just
of beans in Wet Hot American Summer. Yeah, but yeah, Frank Welker is Fred, and he played Fred just always.
Oh.
Like he's always, I think he's still voicing Fred, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Frank Welker is someone who, I'm not kidding, if you are looking at casts of 90s movies, I know for a fact that he voices a dog in Space Jam. And I'm not a talking dog, just bark, bark. Like he came in the studio, made some dog noises, and got a credit.
Nice puppy. How's about a bone? No dice.
Adrienne Barbeau is in this too, which is fun, as Simone Lenoir, and Tara Strong as well. Also just a famous voice actress. Rugrats, Timmy Turner, Jim Cummings, another extremely, but he's also someone who, like that, you're getting his voice, you know?
He's Pete, I think, most famously Pete from the
Tigger.
Goofy. Oh, okay, and Tigger.
Yeah.
Sure. I just think of Pete.
I think of Pete.
Yeah,
too.
the big. I can't do it. Jim
When I
Cummings.
was playing Skyrim recently, I laughed every time I met a character voiced by Jim Cummings, because it's just like, I'm Jim Cummings. Like, it's just like all different characters, but clearly just, dude, that's Jim Cummings.
Ulfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn.
Yeah, Mark Hamill as Snakebite Scruggs, aka Crocodile Dundee, but not Australian.
Yeah, not Australian and pretty unnecessary. Just red herring.
Like the most unnecessary character.
I think they just wanted a role for Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Why not?
If he's doing would this have been, no, this would have been after the Batman series.
Animated series? I think so, because this is what, 98? Okay.
That Batman series is very good looking animation. Yeah. I think that's one where if I had to say something from the 90s that held up, I would probably feel pretty safe betting on that.
Okay.
All right, so do you want to start?
Yeah. Oh, and also I just want to say, I as much as this didn't necessarily do anything for me, I'm glad it exists because it has a lot of horror imagery, and I feel like it turned a lot of people on to the genre and just opened their minds to like, oh, scary stuff can be fun.
Oh yeah. And as much as there's some spots where I think the animation looks a little goofy, and it might even just look goofy because it already looks dated, which is weird to say because this doesn't feel like that long ago to me.
Yeah.
They spent the money for animation in all the right spots in this.
Yeah.
Because there is some really cool atmosphere. Like I said, the backgrounds are cool, especially the swamp, and you definitely get that this is New Orleans and it's the deep southern swamp, but also these transformations that are going on when we have characters turning from skeletons into zombies, which is great, and we have people turning into giant cat people, which is also great. So they definitely, I think they budgeted this correctly and they spent the money in the parts where it needed to be spent. So yeah, some good stuff in here. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
We start with this opening that looks like the cold open of every Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode.
It literally does.
It looks like that Dr. Weird's Castle Laboratory. Gentlemen. Behold. Yeah, but it's not. We're in, I think, just kind of generic spooky castle. The spooky castle we see in every Scooby-Doo episode. I write here that already it looks better than every Scooby-Doo cartoon I've ever seen. not saying much, I think the original series looks not great, which I think is an opinion most people would agree with if they're into cartoons.
If they're
and
into
shit.
animation,
it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they didn't spend a ton of money on it. All that old Hanna-Barbera stuff is cheap. That's why all those characters have. I don't know if this is the case with Scooby or not, but all those characters have collars and things on their wrists so that it's cheaper and easier to switch out their heads and expressions without animating the whole body again. You can basically mix and match parts, and you don't see where the different sections are cut off.
Oh, okay.
I liked Yogi Bear for some reason.
Really?
But that's because we would go camping, and I think they still exist. I would go to one of these in a heartbeat because I loved them so much as a kid. There is a chain of Yogi Bear campgrounds called Jellystone. That's where they lived in the show.
Did they just unleash bears on you?
I mean, they have Yogi and Boo Boo come out. They go on hay rides and stuff with you.
Actual live bears?
No, not real people in costumes.
Cool.
That'd be
you
so,
just about sold me.
That'd be so cruel. They have an actual bear with a little collar and a tie on it. It's Yogi.
Not if you gave him food.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Those are more characters just driven by fucking food.
That's very
true. What a lazy
goddamn
thing. Just have your character just insatiable
so
appetite.
True. So there's a monster that rips open this door, and that's where we see the gang, and we get Third Eye Blind singing a cover of the Scooby-Doo song, and I was into this shit. Yeah, we had the captions on, and thank God, because I wouldn't have known it was Third Eye Blind either. We get a shot of this monster from behind. It's got a little ass right on him.
Mm-hmm. And this is when they're doing the fucking classic doors.
Through
the
shit.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate. I kind of
At least
like
they get it out of the way right away.
Yeah, this movie knows what it is.
It's very similar to that live action movie, just a little
yes,
nicer.
It is. They're all nicer to each other.
Yeah.
In this.
But
which is
like,
saying something because fucking Daphne and Fred are bitching at each other this whole movie.
They are. They're sniping at each other like a very toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same kind of thing where like it's aware of the tropes and the kind of silly stuff from the original cartoon, and it's commenting on it and lampshading it. But yeah, like I said, it's a bit nicer.
Yeah. So of course the monster in this chase sequence is Mr. B-Man. It's Beeman, but it's spelled like B-Man. And if that was my last name, you're going to be calling me B-Man.
B-Man.
He's the real estate agent. He's been printing counterfeit dollars. That's why they've been finding green mold everywhere. It's not mold. It's actually green dye.
Yeah.
Seems like a roundabout way to make fake money. Just get some green paper.
I mean... You don't want to do anything that gets Fred on your ass because we see how fucking strong Fred is when Velma and Daphne fall off a ledge and he grabs both of them and stops them with his hands. We both
said, whoa, at the exact same time.
Yeah, holy shit,
because his upper
Fred.
body strength in this chase sequence is out of control. But of course, something happens and he's got to drop one of them. So he drops fucking Velma first.
Oh, of course.
I'm just sad she doesn't have anyone except for Johnny Bravo in that one crossover they did.
That's right, because she's like, my glasses, I can't see without my glasses. And he's like, my glasses,
I can't be seen without my glasses. I loved that crossover. So I loved Johnny Bravo. That was probably one of my favorite cartoons in the 90s. And in the 90s, I too was a girl with I had a short brown bob and I wore glasses. And let me tell you how important it was to see Johnny Bravo just blow right past Daphne and think Velma, this smart girl with glasses, was the most beautiful girl.
She does have a very short skirt.
She does, yeah. We almost get some
when she's levitating
skirt
later.
Shots in this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Daphne, we learned Daphne is a talk show host now after this. So we kind of fast forward a couple years, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. So we learned that Daphne has parted ways with the group to become a talk show host on Coast to Coast with Daphne Blake.
The Space Ghost show?
Oh my god.
He was the second host.
Yeah, he took over after Daphne decided.
She was the Craig Kilborn to his Jon Stewart. He really made it his own show.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the real reason I changed jobs was because the monsters and ghosts always turned out to be bad guys in a mask.
Got a little boring, eh?
No kidding.
This is when Daphne says it was boring that the monsters were always just dudes in masks. Fair point. And we also learned that Fred is producing / is the one-man crew of her show.
They say one-man crew. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's simplify the TV making process to one fuck stick with a camera.
Fred should just be standing off stage and he should just be shaking and holding 3 cups of coffee.
And like a boom and a camera and like a notepad.
Yeah, like Bert from Mary Poppins setup, but it's a whole film crew.
That's great.
Yeah, but he's doing the thing. Not sure if they're a couple. I don't think they're a couple in this.
They're not,
which
but it's ambiguous.
I wish I had known more explicitly up front because that would have made their whole dynamic in this less upsetting.
Yeah. Because when she says, I split with the rest of the group except Fred, you think, oh, they're a couple.
Yeah.
But they're not.
And the talk show host is like, ooh, look at
he's a
him.
cutie.
He is sexy.
Yeah,
Even though, are they still
weird.
teenagers? Probably.
Oh. They're what?
Yeah, they're teenagers, dude. The Scooby-Doo gang, they're like 17 years old.
Well, Shaggy needs to chill out with the drugs then.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to stunt something.
Yeah. Because I think in the movie, the live action, they're supposed to be older.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure the cartoon, they're supposed to be like 16 or 17.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're working full time. They don't go to fucking school. But so Daphne says there is a new segment on Coast to Coast with Daphne Blake about trying to find actual haunted houses because, again, she's bored of just finding dudes in masks, which, again, fair.
Makes sense.
Fair. We learned Shaggy and Scooby are fucking narcs now. They are customs agents at the airport. I was honestly pretty angry for a second.
But listen, they're sniffing out contraband food. But I think the scene works a lot better if you just accept that the food's a metaphor for drugs.
It absolutely is.
Because, they're sniffing out
the
contraband
food. The food in Scooby-Doo is always a metaphor for drugs.
Yeah.
And they make that explicitly clear in the movie when they're roasting shit in their van. But at first, from the outside, it just looks like they're hotboxing the mystery machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here, they're looking for contraband food, and they steal it from luggage and then
giant
eat it all.
wheel of cheese.
And it makes more sense for them to be like sniffing out weed and then smoking it all in the back room.
There should be, you open up a little door on that wheel of cheese, and there's weed inside.
You can put your weed in there.
You can put your weed in there. They have a whole office that's just full of this contraband, mostly meat, which is disgusting.
Just hanging up from the
it's
ceiling.
all just hanging there. It's driven juices all over that office, and it smells bad in there.
Yeah.
It's all just cheese and meat.
It reminds me of when I did the thing for the Suspiria kill count with the wooden box and the meat
Ew,
inside.
It smelled
so gross.
bad in
was
our
meat
apartment.
Juice everywhere.
I remember because you set that up, and I think we were just used to the smell of, what was it, like salami?
I don't know, salami or sausage.
I think
or
we
some
were
shit.
just used to the smell, and then I left for something and came back, and it just smelled like nasty ass salami.
And I pressed
in here.
a bunch of hard rice in it to be
so fucking
maggots.
Gross. Yeah. Velma works in a bookstore, Mystery Inc. INK.
She got the fucking name.
Bookshop. She did, yeah.
I wonder what legal battle happened there.
Well, I think what happened was they agreed to give. First of all, Shaggy and Scooby didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't care about this at all. But Velma said, okay, I'm going to get the name Mystery Inc. and you guys can keep the van because we see later that Daphne and Fred use it for their news van.
That's a good call. And she was probably like, listen, it's not the same. You can try to take me to court over it, but it's Mystery Inc. INK instead of INC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book thing. It's not the same.
Totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No infringement there.
Mm-hmm. She's stalking someone. She's on the phone with someone who is checking to see if she has things in stock, and she's rattling off all these fake Stephen King sounding books. I think Scary Clown Town was one of them.
They're part of the Hair Raiser series.
Yeah, the Hair Raiser series. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is probably why this maybe is so beloved by like the viewers of this channel and some horror people in general is there's some little nods here and there to stuff that I appreciate. Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby get fired because they eat that whole office of meat. They eat it all.
Yeah, they wind up with Dr. Robotnik bodies.
Yeah, they're just circles with legs and arms sticking out. It's so gross. The shits that those two take. Fuck. I'm like, their cholesterol.
Everything's a mess.
It's all a mess. Again, they have tapeworms. They have these just big old tapeworms living inside them.
Their stomachs are so distended. It's disgusting.
Oh my God. There have to be episodes where they do eating contests, right? And probably get disqualified.
Undoubtedly.
If I'm a writer of the show, I think it's funny if they win a bunch of prize money, but they get disqualified for some reason.
Because they have tapeworms.
Yeah. Fred starts calling everyone because he wants to get the gang back together to help with this new ghost hunting show, and he rolls up to Daphne's house, and I wrote this down because this line delivery made me laugh very hard. He goes, "Sorry I'm late, the traffic was murder."
Sorry I'm late, Daph. The traffic was murder.
And Fred's eyes here look so dead, and his character model in this is so weird to the point where I asked you if you thought maybe he was supposed to be an imposter or something was off. He doesn't pass that. What is the Voight-Kampff? Is that the Blade Runner test?
Oh, I forget.
Yeah. Because his eyes are too... I think it's because you can see the whites on the top of his eyes. Daphne forgot her own birthday because she's been working too hard.
She can't have it all.
I get it. Yeah, she is truly a woman in the 90s trying to have it all. But everyone surprises her. They all pop out of the van and they all say, "We're going to New Orleans because it's the most haunted town," which it is.
Yep. American Horror Story told us that.
Yeah. I really want to go to New Orleans. I haven't been.
Yeah, I've been. It's fucking dope.
The food, and it's haunted, and it's all my Acadian cousins. I gotta go meet my family.
It's pretty fucking
I'm
cool.
Acadian on my mom's side, but we're the Acadians that stayed in Canada and went to Michigan and stuff. But all our cousins went down to New Orleans.
They have a good aquarium there, too.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I want to go. There's another song, and there's a montage in New Orleans where they keep finding fake ghosts, and people keep calling them in, and nope, just more fake ghosts. The ghost is here, and it's always a fake. The ghost is here, there's no reason to shake. Oh shit, I needed to look up the lyrics to the song.
The SkyCycle song?
SkyCycle, who, if you go to their Wikipedia, they are most known for this.
Fuck yeah, dude. These songs are awesome.
They're pretty great
If
songs.
I had seen this as a kid, definitely would have downloaded those songs from Napster and burned them to a CD and listened to them all the time. And then listened to them well into high school where people were like, "Hey, shouldn't you be listening to like normal music?" But no, I kept listening to fucking the Sonic soundtrack and shit.
One of the monsters in this montage is just a guy in a giant lobster suit. And at that point, I'm going, oh, I'm so pissed. Like, do you all think this is a fucking joke? It looks like the fucking Dancing
show?
Lobsters. Yeah, the Amanda Show, Dancing Lobsters.
Bring in the
Dancing Lobsters.
Doesn't anybody want a beignet?
Fred asks anyone if they want does anyone want a beignet?
Yeah, a beignet.
A beignet, not a beignet. A beignet.
Anyone want a beignet?
Anyone want a beignet?
There's elephant ears, right?
No, elephant ears have cinnamon on them.
They can have powdered sugar.
They
I don't know.
have that as well.
Are they deep fried dough?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
then-
what you're thinking more of is funnel cakes. Funnel cakes are, I feel like it goes, okay, so elephant ears are the deep fried, but they got cinnamon on them.
Okay.
Funnel cakes, also deep fried, also kind of a thinner consistency because it's basically just like one long tube, just like, and that just has powdered sugar usually, and then whipped cream and some fruit. And then a beignet is an actual just straight up little pastry with powdered sugar on top.
Is
You
it
dip
deep
it in
fried?
syrup. It's all deep fried, dude.
Yeah, they're just donuts. They all just sound like donuts.
So good. There is this lady who shows up named Lena Dupree, and Fred is into
Yeah, because her animation is not the same as the Mystery Gang.
No.
She's like something out of, I don't know.
I said she looked like Esmeralda from Hunchback.
She does.
She's got the same hair and earrings down to the ribbon that's holding up her hair.
Yeah.
It's an impossibly large hairdo.
No, she fine.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
Oh, no, I think that you get that hairdo if you have that curly hair and you're in New Orleans. Where it's
super humid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
fair.
just popping out like that.
That's fair. She overhears them. This is a very Ghost Ship move on Lena Dupree's part. She's basically that guy in Ghost Ship who
New guy
walks up to the boat scavenging team and says, hey, do I have a thing for you? So she tells them, hey, I've got this spooky island you guys need to go investigate called Moonscar Island. And they all look into it. Apparently there's been a bunch of disappearances around there. It sounds pretty legitimately spooky.
It's the best lead they've had all day.
Exactly.
So better go scoop up fucking Scooby and Shaggy, who are sitting there eating a giant sandwich.
Oh man, this
peppers.
huge sandwich. It's a cartoon sandwich, which always looks so good. Cartoon sandwiches look more delicious than any actual sandwich.
And they got these peppers, mo hotter, more better.
More hotter, more better.
Roll hotter, roll better.
And then Scooby eats both halves.
See, that's what I don't like about Scooby. He's
I don't
a selfish
like Scooby
fuck.
either. I know.
Shaggy paid for that. Scooby didn't pay for it. He's a fucking dog.
Man, we're in probably a touristy area of New Orleans. That's a $45 sandwich.
At
probably
least.
is huge.
Yeah,
it would
and
be
Shaggy
more than
paid
that,
for that.
actually. Yeah, because
And-
Scooby doesn't have people money.
No, and Scooby just fucking ate it all. Fuck off, Scooby.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
with you there.
off. Look how thin Shaggy is.
Is that why he's so thin?
Because Scooby's always stealing his
Oh
food.
my gosh, what if Shaggy's
legit
hungry all the time?
Yeah.
because Scooby eats all his food.
Scooby's got the tapeworm
Yeah.
from like eating dog ass or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Shaggy legit is hungry
Yeah.
and emaciated because his pet dog bullies him and eats all his goddamn food.
Wow. Yeah.
Crack that one
But
open.
really, isn't that kind of Shaggy's problem?
Whoa.
He didn't train his dog.
Wow, way to blame the victim. He's
He
in
owns
an
the
abusive
dog.
relationship with Scooby. No,
Scooby's a dog.
dog? Where?
Scooby, you're a dog.
Yeah, Scooby.
Scooby.
has this like
Look in the
terrifying.
mirror, Scooby.
He has like this terrifying level of self-awareness where he can talk and communicate, but he doesn't quite understand that he's a dog.
He doesn't. He thinks he's people.
He does.
He
think
really
he's people.
thinks he's people.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Fuck Scooby, dude.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Shaggy's so hungry that he's in the back of the mystery machine eating a box of Scooby snacks, and Fred turns around and gives him this look that's borderline like, "Hey, do we need to pull the van over and do something about
Could someone
this?"
please make a GIF of Fred turning around? I forget what last I asked for a GIF of, but people delivered it.
Good, because I can't make GIFs. There's so much I know how to do, and for some reason, taking the 10 minutes or whatever to learn how to make a GIF too hard.
It's
for
kind of
me.
annoying, but someone do it for me. I don't have the fucking time to do it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Jim Cummings is here to welcome them to the ferry to the island. So that's what we're all going to sing. Going down the bayou.
No, did he voice him?
He
as well?
voiced the Firefly. Dude. Yeah.
He's doing that kind of. He's basically doing that voice.
It's funny because you can see how much his accent has improved since 1998. Because I don't know what he's doing with this accent.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
Well, way back there in the 1700s, pirates used this bayou to hide from the law. They knowed only a fool would come a-looking up in here.
Then what, 2008 is, I think, so 10 years later is Princess and the Frog?
Or 2010.
Oh,
Around
yeah,
then.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great in this.
No, he's much better as, what's the Firefly's name?
Oh, it's Ramon?
He gets fucking killed.
Yeah, he does.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, he gets smushed.
Mm-hmm.
But then he becomes a star.
Oh, that's right.
And I cry.
With Evangeline.
Oh, and Evangeline.
Oh,
She's so beautiful.
going down. I got the whole family
Got
here.
the whole family.
That's a great movie.
We all gonna get together. Like, how would you?
I was hoping you would continue. Okay.
Song.
Guess I'm just fucking sitting here clapping for nothing.
Jeez. Lena's employer. So Lena works apparently for the lady who lives on this island. She's her housekeeper.
I guess.
I don't know.
But it's hilarious. Yeah, it's Miss Lenoir, who is voiced by Adrienne Barbeau.
Yes.
And it's so funny because Lena brings them there, and Ms. Lenoir is like, why are these people here? And Lena's like, because they're into haunted houses, so I thought I would take them to your haunted house. And Ms. Lenoir is like, really, Lena?
I heard these folks say they wanted to see a real haunted house, so I thought...
You might show them mine. I see. Really, Lena.
I love so much that Adrienne Barbeau was probably pitched this, and they're like, all right, it's a cartoon where there's ghosts on this island and they're ghost pirates. She's like, so it's the fog. All right, yeah, sure. Fuck it. She gets to do a pretty good French accent in this. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon French accent.
Yeah, it's a cartoon French accent, but she's consistent with it, and it's definitely great for a cartoon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shaggy and Scooby fall into the bayou because they're trying to just harass this catfish who was named Big Mona or Miss Mona or something.
Big Mona.
Yeah.
Miss Mona.
Yeah. This Big Mona who's never been caught. She's like the fish in Big Fish that Albert Finney is always trying to catch. I don't know what that voice is.
But yeah, Big Mona is being pursued by Crocodile Dundee Snakebite Scruggs. Scruggs, who we mentioned is Mark Hamill, and has no reason to be here.
No, and I thought, is he supposed to be Crocodile Dundee? Am I just, he's got a hat there and a vest, therefore he's Crocodile Dundee. But then I looked up a picture of Paul Hogan in that, and nope, it is the exact same design down to the little necklace with gator teeth on it. But he's not Australian. He's just Mark Hamill doing a gruff whatever voice. It's fine. It's a cartoon.
I wouldn't have recognized it as Mark Hamill.
No, sure. Which is why Mark Hamill's so good.
Should've let the gators eat you. I can't stand tourists.
They get to the mansion and there are kitty cats everywhere.
Great.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's the dream.
But this is when Scooby's a dick and just starts fucking chasing them all.
Train your dog, Shaggy.
Yeah. Seriously.
Because they get there, and before they get there, Lena warns them that, hey, Simone, Miss Lenoir, has a ton of cats, so just a heads up. And Shaggy's like, okay, Scooby, don't be an asshole. And what does Scooby do as soon as... What does Scooby do as soon as they show up? He rips up the entire front lawn because he's chasing these cats around.
Yeah, there's a gardener, Bo, who gives the best voice performance in this movie.
Bo is my favorite part of this movie.
He's just muttering all over the place like a gardener.
He's so angry. Bo is a character that was taken out of those G.I. Joe cartoons and plopped right into a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
100%.
He's my favorite part easily. But yeah, Bo is the gardener, and he's been working really hard on all this landscaping that Scooby and these cats just rip up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I'm Simone, even if I want these people here to be looking at my haunted house, this is too much.
Your haunted plantation.
Sorry. Yeah, it is a plantation. Oh, we're going to talk about how this house is a plantation. And we're not just going to dance around the fact that we are all up in the Civil War in this movie. Ew, it's so uncomfortable.
But with no acknowledgement of like anything touchy.
Because I thought they were just gonna, because they say Civil War a bunch and Civil War soldiers, and I thought that they were just gonna keep it, but no, that we're talking about Confederates and the Confederacy and stuff. It's real weird.
It's funny. It's the reason it's funny and weird is because the Confederate zombies end up being the good guys. Saved by Confederates again.
What are we doing, Zombie Island? Like, come on. Scooby and Shaggy are in the kitchen now of this mansion because they get invited inside by Lena because they say they're hungry, of course. So they make themselves right at home, and they taste this gumbo that's on the stove, and then they add a ton of fucking hot peppers to it because the plantation was a hot pepper plantation, so there's peppers everywhere, and they're so hot that Shaggy starts drinking out of this water cooler like he's a hamster or something.
He looks like a baby with an oversized bottle.
Yeah, like in those videos where you see someone bottle feeding like a little baby bat or something.
Yeah.
Where the bottle's just the size of him. Then the kitchen all of a sudden gets really cold, and then a ghost writes, "Get out" on the wall. They scream, and Daphne and Fred and Velma, all of them run in, and Daphne's like, "Oh my God," start filming. It's gold. And then it gets all cold again. And then Daphne screams, "Cut." And she turns around and there's the word "beware" underneath the "get out." And then she looks at Fred and is like, "Were you rolling on that?" And Fred, of course, is like, "No, you told me to cut." Daphne is a set tyrant. I know the type.
Like, lady, you said cut.
You said cut. We're cutting.
You said cut.
That's your job. If you're going to direct this shit and you yell cut, we're all going to fucking cut.
Maybe don't yell cut just because you felt a breeze.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe let it roll and see what happens.
I felt that just having been on sets.
Although I guess they are using tape or maybe even film. Tape, probably.
No, they're on tape, but still.
Still, you can record over it.
I stopped rolling the camera.
Yeah. So don't yell at me. You said cut.
Yeah.
Second you say cut, I cut.
Yeah. That's hierarchy of being on a set.
If I didn't cut when you said cut, you'd probably yell at me for that too.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about that.
Mm-hmm. And then so they want to go look at the footage because they get some footage of. Oh, it's like right before she yells cut, they get the breeze and shit on tape. So they're looking at the footage on the viewfinder thing on the camera. There's like a little screen. And Daphne says, "Can you enhance the shot?" And without thinking about it, Fred says, "Yes, of course I can." And he zooms.
If I darken it and sharpen it, we get a ghost.
We get a ghost. He zooms and enhances on this 90s camcorder, and we get a crystal clear image of a pirate ghost.
Yep.
We learn that is Morgan Moonscar.
Ghost pirate.
Fred is still a skeptic, says it's a guy in a costume, even though there wasn't a guy in a costume in the kitchen while they were filming.
Or it was a projection or something.
Yeah. You're such the Fred of... I don't know. You would be Fred in this.
He hasn't been proven wrong yet.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, at the end of this movie, I guess, but up until this point, there's no reason to believe otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. James Randi, what up?
Yeah. Oh man, see if they didn't, spoilers, they lose all their footage later.
Yeah.
They could turn that footage into the Randi Institute and get their $1 million.
Although they should have pegged that to inflation. $1 million now isn't the same as when they fucking started.
That's true. If I have legitimate powers, like telekinetic powers, I'm gonna want more than $1 million.
It's like Survivor. How do they still? Yeah. How is $1 million still?
And who
the
wants
prize?
to be a millionaire?
Yeah, It ain't the same as when it premiered in '99.
It's not the same. Yeah. Velma is investigating the kitchen, and she starts scraping away the paint by where the ghost wrote on the wall to reveal this giant wooden sign that says Maelstrom on it.
And it's from the pirate ship.
Yeah,
we
learned.
Pirate ship.
Yeah, and I love that both Lena and Simone come in and are like, "Oh my God, what did you do to our kitchen? Lady, the walls are already scraped the fuck up by a ghost."
Yeah.
It said "get out" on the wall.
Now you have like a cool like pirate ship sign.
It's good. Looking like a TGI Fridays in that kitchen.
Yeah. You got like a shadow box in your wall.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's pretty
Shut
cool.
the fuck up.
Shaggy and Scooby are eating again. They're eating hot peppers on the lawn. Scooby's chasing more cats around, and he runs down by the water and again scares away Big Mona.
Oh, is this when he's eating peppers and wiping his eyes like it ain't shit?
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't see anymore,
That's a trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
If they're the hottest peppers, period, which she claims they are.
Also, how did they not have ghost peppers?
Yeah, I don't. Were those a thing back then?
They might not have been
I don't
a thing
think
back then.
they existed back then. Those might be a new, because we keep just breeding peppers
Yeah,
to
we
make
just have
them
to, like,
insane.
torture ourselves.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
I don't
I
either.
like a little spice. I don't like when it's
no,
it's
because
just
then you're
fucking
actually
painful.
burning yourself.
They get chased by Mojo the pig because Snakebite shows up for no reason. He's still trying to get that fucking
He's
fish.
trying to catch Big Mona, the catfish, and Scooby scares her away. And this is when Mojo's chasing him around, and Mojo chases them into a open grave. That's just
something.
there. That should have tipped them off that something was. They don't really talk about they talk about the zombie, which is fair. But no one mentions, hey, there was a prepared grave that was just open. In the grave, there's a skeleton hand in there, and there's this green ghost stuff that starts flying around, and the skeleton comes back to life into a zombie. And this is some cool animation.
Because, he's like a skeleton on bottom, zombie on top.
Yeah.
He's like the mullet of monsters.
Yeah. And he becomes a ghost pirate. And Shaggy and Scooby run away, and they run right into Bo, who is extremely over it. And they ask he asks what they're doing, and they ask what he's doing, and he just goes,
Oh, there's too much. My job.
Yeah, Daphne thinks Bo's a hottie.
yeah. So this is when, again, I'm still not sure if Fred and Daphne are in a relationship, because Fred is checking out Lena and is clearly into her, and now Daphne is all into Bo.
Like, Fred says the words, and she's cute, about Lena.
Yeah.
And then Daphne says something about Bo, and Fred's like, well.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
It's like, Fred, shut the fuck up, all right? You're either in it for all of it or...
Double standards, man.
Yeah.
These double standards. They all have to stay overnight at the mansion because the ferry doesn't run at night. Shaggy goes and dresses up for dinner, and he like opens up a suitcase, and it's all the same outfit, which... Yeah, it's a gag you see in cartoons a bunch, but...
I remember Doug had a closet full of the same outfit.
Same color scheme, too.
And then he even asked to, like, trim his beard. He's like, oh, I need a trim, and nothing changes, and he's like, that's better.
Hey, want to take a break real quick to talk about our sponsor this week, Mack Weldon.
Mack Weldon.
Mack Weldon.
Sounds like he'd be related to my D&D character.
Oh, yeah.
Flack Hansen.
That's a fancy sounding dude right there. And it's fancy sounding dude stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're a bit of a Shaggy and you have a suitcase full of clothes, and they're all the same clothes.
Yeah.
Same damn shirt and pants.
You gotta switch it up, man.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be shabby like Shaggy.
Wow.
I ordered some Sunday lounge pants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sunday pants.
Yeah, they're Sunday pants, but I'm going to wear them every day because I work from home.
Yeah.
And they look real comfy because right now I'm just wearing the same old, like, friggin' swish pants or something close to that. And I want to be more adult in my lounging attire.
And they have stuff you can wear that it's antimicrobial, right? So if you do want to wear the same pair of whatever every day, you can.
Yeah.
And it won't get stinky.
And then I got some underwear because I cannot wait to feel their underwear.
Uh-huh.
It looks so nice.
Never underestimate how great a new pair of underwear is going to make you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mack Weldon's about to support me.
Thank you for supporting the show, Mack Weldon. And James's butt.
Yeah.
So if you want to try out Mack Weldon, you can get 20% off your first order if you go to mackweldon.com and you use the promo code DEADMEAT, just like the channel, at checkout. That's mackweldon.com. Enter promo code DEADMEAT.
Yeah, 20% off. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fifth off the price you're paying, dude.
That is math.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's mackweldon.com. Promo code DEADMEAT. Do it, y'all.
This is when Shaggy's looking in a mirror to make sure he looks all good for dinner, and he sees a Confederate ghost. Eep.
Ghost racist.
Velma comes upstairs because
for the record, the lot of Union was racist too.
Oh, everyone back then was racist. Yeah, we weren't like getting into the Civil War out of the good of our Union hearts. It was. Never mind. I don't want to go on a whole rant about the Confederacy, but it's like, it wasn't because we were all pissed off that people own people. It's just if people couldn't own people anymore, then the South is no longer an economic power and they can't secede. It's not because the Union was so anti-racist.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Velma runs upstairs because she hears them screaming again, and she looks at the mirror where they saw the Confederate ghost, and she looks on the back, and it says property of extremely Confederate sounding soldier. I didn't write the
Jackson.
name down. It's Jack. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jackson for sure. They all think Bo seems really suspicious because Velma's very suspicious of Bo, which is fair. It's a Scooby-Doo episode, and he's a guy who has kind of a chip on his shoulder. In any episode, he would be the bad guy. Scooby has to go eat in the van because he can't control himself.
Yeah.
And
oh God, and he's eating these crawfish and just
him and
throwing
Shaggy
the shells
are eating
aside.
crawfish in this van. Yeah, they suck out the innards of the crawfish and throw the shells everywhere.
Like in 2 weeks, Fred's gonna be cleaning the van and find a fucking like ants all over an empty crawfish shell, and he's just gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and then he throws up because it smells so bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, Scooby's fucking machine gunning these things out of his
Scooby's
mouth.
like a certain friend of ours who we have found. I won't say the name, but we have found. You know who you are if you're listening. We have found the corpse of a bell pepper.
Yeah.
In couch cushions.
Yeah.
Buddy. Don't worry. We've
At least it's not
before.
crawdads.
At least, hey, yeah, man. At least it's not crawdad shells.
Yeah.
Crawdad.
Crawdads. There's tons of cats on top of the van, and so they start driving around, and holy fuck, they throw these cats right off this van.
It's like Kenny's corpse in Scream.
Yeah. And I just, at this point, am expecting a scene with Scooby and Shaggy shitting themselves like in Dumb and Dumber because they've just eaten so many hot peppers.
Yeah.
You know, they got to get those hot shits.
Oh, their rectums are wrecked.
Yeah, they're like Jeff Daniels in that bathroom just screaming and shitting himself to death. Especially because to cool their mouths off, they go and drink swamp water. Those should be atomic shits.
Yeah.
After this, like burn a hole through the bottom of the mystery machine shits.
Yeah, with where the edges of the hole are like yellow and red glowy.
Yeah.
Like the Simpsons pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, right. They're gonna hallucinate and meet Johnny Cash in the desert. Oh boy. More Confederate zombies start coming out of the swamp, and one of them climbs on top of the van, and they do this basically a donut, and this zombie flies off the van and makes this incredible noise when it hits this tree. It sounds like a sack of melons hitting this tree. We cut back to dinner, and Fred is like, "Ooh, Daphne, you should do a segment on Lena's pecan pie."
Because it's supernatural or something.
Yeah.
And like we cut to this line.
Yeah.
This is the first thing we hear when he comes back.
And Daphne might as well say back, "Shut the fuck up, motherfucker." Basically.
Hey, we should do a segment on Lena's pecan pie, Daph. It's supernatural.
You are so corny.
And then what? They get their own rooms, and Fred's like looking. His eyes are way too low.
Yeah, everyone gets their own separate
talking to
rooms,
Lena.
and Lena is being all seductive and like, "Here's your room. You get a nice view of the harvest moon." And it's like, "All right, Fred, eyes up here." Yeah. Back to Bo finding Scooby and Shaggy. He didn't see any zombies. He's just found Scooby and Shaggy. So he basically says, "I didn't see any fucking zombies. Go get your friends. Beat it. I'm done. Stop ruining my lawn. I don't get paid enough for this shit."
Oh yeah, and the others come out and find and they're like, "We gotta split up and find stuff." And Daphne's immediately like, "I'll go with Bo."
Yeah, whoa, upsetting the natural order of Scooby-Doo episodes.
Yeah, Fred don't like it.
Yeah, I said she's making some big moves here. She's gonna go split off with Bo, but Velma goes with Bo instead because she's suspicious of him.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, Velma. Yeah, okay. She wants
If she's
it.
suspicious of him being a murderer, why would she want to go with him and be alone with him? Put herself.
It's a good
in
question.
vulnerable
I also
position.
just think Velma is very capable and she knows it.
That's probably true.
You know?
Yeah. She's probably not afraid.
Yeah, I think I don't think she has fear. Bo at one point goes and picks up a rock and he looks like he's about to smash Velma's head in.
Yeah.
But then instead he goes and he throws it to show that Velma was about to go step in some quicksand. Quicksand. 90s kid. Again.
Oh, and you know what? I'm glad this came up because it's a John Mulaney bit. And
wait, really?
I feel like we had that deep in our minds when we brought it up.
Did
during
people
the
say it was
fears.
a bit?
No one accused us of stealing, but one person was like, "Oh yeah, John Mulaney says something about." And then I remembered
weird.
I have heard him say that like when you're a kid, quicksand is a huge fear. So
yeah,
we don't like to joke steal. Never, ever, ever, ever joke steal.
But also, it's true.
It's true. That's why we said it.
It's true.
I mean, John
because
Mulaney's
as we see here,
quicksand.
Jinkies.
It was so present in all of the media that we grew up watching. Daphne and Fred find that nasty ass pile of crawdad shells in the van. They open the back of the van and those things come pouring out. It's like a waterfall.
And then this fucking zombie body just falls on them. Like, it's like she pulls, an arm hits her and then she pulls it out and then it's just immobile sitting there against the van. Like, and no one is like, yo, this thing's dead.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's a guy in a mask. But no one's like, this thing's not moving.
Yeah, like we might have killed a guy in accident.
Yeah.
Like this is the time that move actually snapped someone's neck.
Yeah.
And they killed a dude.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they're trying to pull the mask off because obviously it's a guy in a mask, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
I was waiting for that thing's jaw to just get snapped off.
No, Fred just pulls the head straight off.
Yeah.
With his super crazy strength. And then, they pull the head off, and then it's like, it's a real thing. It puts its head back on, which was kind of fun.
It does, yeah. It kind of screws its head back on.
And
there's
then,
more ghost lightning or whatever.
Ghost lightning!
Ghost lightning. And there's tons of zombies coming out of the swamp. This is when Fred drops the camera in quicksand and destroys all the
But more
evidence.
importantly, this is when we get another SkyCycle song.
Yes.
And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night.
'Cause it's terror time again. We got you running through the night. It's a terrifying time. Down.
Nice. Yes. You remembered all the
part of it. It stuck with me. It's a cool fucking song.
It's a good song. Yeah.
It's a banger, dude.
But yeah, Swamp Chase, Shaggy and Scooby, they find 3 dolls in a cave. They look like Velma, Daphne, and Fred. So they pick them up, and that's what makes them float, because Velma was floating earlier. I think we kind of skipped past it, but she starts floating in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, that they're voodoo dolls that are making them float around. Good thing they weren't doing anything weird with those dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just mashing them together. Okay. This is when I think things start falling apart a little bit for Lena and Simone, because this is some slapdash shit right here. They come back to the house. Simone's gone, and Lena says zombies dragged her away.
No, what's even worse is that Fred accidentally goes through the secret tunnel in the stairs.
Yeah.
Like he's going up the stairs
and
somehow they go down, and he goes down and they're underground now, and Lena's just there. And
I didn't even pick up on that.
And she just kind of has to sell why she's there.
What? Isn't this crazy?
Whoa. Wow, we're down here. You're here too?
Yeah.
We wound up here because, zombies came and dragged Simone away. But Velma's a smarty.
Yeah.
And she's looking at the ground.
And she asked, she's like, you said zombies dragged her away? And Lena says, totally. So you know something is shady.
She's like a good congressman at like a testimony, like leading them into. So you said that it was dragged away.
Yep.
Nope. Footprints.
Yeah, there's no like trail of someone being dragged. You can see Lena or Simone's footprints actually just walking down that.
And that's enough. They're like, you're fucking clever.
Like, no, you're just bad at. I don't know how you've gotten away with this for 200 years.
Yeah. But that's enough to make them give up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You got us.
You got us.
You got us with the footprints thing. I didn't think about it.
It's been 2 centuries. I think they've stopped caring a little bit.
They're getting sloppy,
They're getting sloppy.
They didn't even make voodoo dolls of Scooby and Shaggy.
That's right, yeah.
They're like those simpletons.
Yep, we learned that they made the voodoo dolls of Velma, Daphne, and Fred, and they say specifically, we didn't even make any of Shaggy and Scooby because they're stupid. Okay, that seems like a bit of an oversight.
That's sloppy
to
fucking
me,
work,
but
cat ladies.
Yeah. Apparently, every harvest moon they drain lifeblood from.
How frequent are harvest moons?
I don't know how frequent those are.
Okay.
But they drain blood every harvest moon from people who come to the island so that they can stay immortal. And apparently Jacques is a cat person too, because we see him chasing Scooby and Shaggy around. Okay, so this is when we learn Simone and Lena's backstory. Apparently they were part of a group of settlers who worshipped a cat god and found their way to what is now New Orleans and settled there. But then Morgan Moonscar and a pirate crew like roll up to this beach and they fuck up their dinner. They start slicing tables in half with their pirate swords, which to me seems a little careless. That's how you dull a blade real quick.
Oh yeah.
They drive all the islanders. This is actually pretty dark.
This is fucked up.
I loved it. They drive all the settlers except for Simone and Lena into the swamp where they all get eaten by gators.
Yeah, they just drive them in there.
And Simone and Lena watch.
Yeah.
Everyone
you could do a kill count on this.
Yeah. We learned the zombies are all people who got drained by them over the years to keep them alive. Jacques is the cat person because they needed a ferry driver.
Yeah. And he wanted to be immortal, so we made him immortal.
Sure.
How did that conversation start?
I have no idea.
Who broached that subject?
Yeah. Maybe he was about to just get drained and he...
Hold on there, Miss Ladies.
Yeah, Miss Ladies.
Miss Ladies, you need someone to drive a ferry boat up and down the bayou.
It's a good point, sir. Shaggy and Scooby are running around because, again, they made the dire oversight to not kidnap them or bother.
They fucked
So
up.
they run in and they slide right into that ritual chamber and knock shit over. And this is when Lena and Simone fully transform into cat people.
Yeah, they also almost knocked the wax voodoo dolls into fire. Mm-hmm. Because it's Velma, Fred, Daphne and Bo are all tied up and they have figures of them and they start to melt when the figures get close to the fire, but then they move the figures away from the fire and their skin like reverses. No, those fuckers should be scarred for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, just have drippy skin.
There should be some stakes.
Yeah.
The Scooby-Doo movie.
There's not stakes. Who's stakes? There's not stakes in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I know.
It basically resets itself every episode and movie, you know?
I mean, most cartoons and shows.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we learned that these zombies, since they were people who were drained of blood, they're not the bad guys.
They've been trying to warn them.
And this whole time they were trying to warn the Scooby Gang that this was happening. And therefore, the Confederate zombies are the good guys. And they say so. They confirm.
Shaggy, the zombies are the good guys.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Like, no, that zombie's a good guy when it's a Confederate
Cut
zombie.
to Confederate soldier zombie. It's weird. It's uncomfortable.
Whatever.
Velma uses a piece of Lena's blouse and Daphne uses a piece of Simone's shirt to make voodoo dolls of them, that was a pretty quick little job they did there to make them into, I guess if you just make a person shape and put something that person owns on it. Scooby squeezes pepper into Jacques' face.
That was a juicy pepper.
Yeah, it was. And then all the bad guys start burning up because they miss the window for the ritual and they all disintegrate. And the zombies disintegrate too because they've all been avenged. And a Confederate zombie says, "Thank y'all."
Thank you.
Before he
nice of
floats away to hell. Also, Bo's a detective. He's been a detective this whole time.
Yep.
And he also says, no one's going to believe this shit because the Mystery Inc. team says, wow, we lost our camcorder and no one's going to believe this. And the actual cop there says, yeah, you're right.
But Daphne's going to have him on her show to try to
That's right.
say that this happened without any evidence.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work out well.
Yeah. And Velma is all up on this. They're all on the ferry going home, and Velma and Bo are flirting so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I ship it. I'm into it. And we don't know who's driving the ferry either.
That was my question.
Because the ferry driver, it was a cat person who got disintegrated in the sun.
Who's driving the boat? Fucking Steamboat Willie up there?
Scooby scares Big Mona one last time and chases her away, and he ruins Mark Hamill's day, who we remember as a character.
Yeah.
Yep. Cats get on the ferry too. Apparently they all snuck on, and the end we see all the cats have glowing eyes. That's
Uh-oh.
all right. Yeah. Spooky cats. That's that.
Rookie rats.
Rookie rats. Yeah, he's
I hate
always
they
saying
calls them
rats.
rats.
Well, yeah, because he can't make
I guess.
he can't make consonants that aren't R sounds.
Yeah. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a consonant, right? Rats.
Yeah.
So you can make some consonants.
Well, I think he can't start words with.
Ruby. Yeah, I guess. Is that a hard and fast rule?
I think so, yeah.
Raggy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It does say that. Rafferty? Relma? Red?
Uh-huh.
Rappy?
What was that?
No, Scrappy.
Oh, Scrappy. Okay.
Crappy?
Crappy. Good stuff.
Yeah. This is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Zombie Island. Yeah.
Now we've seen it.
Now we have seen it.
Now we know what the fucking buzz is all about.
Yeah, it was a fine little cartoon.
A fine little cartoon that made a lot of people happy. So I'm glad that it exists.
I always appreciate seeing something hand drawn.
Oh, yeah. God, it sucks that that's gone.
Yeah, it does.
That sucks.
It just always looks better to me. You know, those hand-painted backgrounds and stuff. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like, Frozen looks amazing.
Yeah.
I just wish we could have a mix.
I would like it more if it was a 2D movie.
Either way, I just wish that we didn't completely get rid of hand-drawn. Like, when was the last hand-drawn thing?
Princess and the Frog.
Is that for real? And then
the
what?
last Disney one.
Because it didn't fucking blow up the box office. They're like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Sucks. Well, next week we'll have... Are we for sure doing what we talked about for next week?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so...
I think we're going to do, just to wrap up March, we're going to do a March Madness kind of thing.
And what are you thinking the format is? Like monster, like
I think
horror movie characters, killers?
I don't know. I don't want to say...
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I want to come up with a fun thing that'll make us debate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're each going to fill out our own bracket and then debate. So...
Okay,
we'll do that.
Cool. Great. So you look forward to that. And in the meantime, you can follow Dead Meat on social media at Dead Meat James on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and Discord and shit and subreddit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm at Carebex, CareBecc on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want merch, deadmeatstore.com.
Mm-hmm. And email us with any feedback or anything you want at deadmeatpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Until next week, I'm James.
I'm Chelsea.
This has been the Dead Meat Podcast.